Hey everyone, Isaac here. So, this is going to be kind of a heart-to-heart type video, and I haven't really done anything quite like this, so I'm curious to see how it goes. This is some really important stuff that's been going on with me lately, and it's been a long time coming, and I didn't really see it until now. So, basically, I'll just say the baseline of everything that's going on is my life has more or less collapsed. And like I said, it has been a long time coming, and I didn't really see it happening until now. And I'll basically explain what I mean by the collapse and how it happened over time. So everyone has a particular aspiration or goal that they have in their life that they want to fulfill, and for many people they don't end up doing it because they fail at it and they give up, and then they get to their end of their lives and they're like, well, crap, I wasted a lot of my time. I've wasted so much. I've wasted everything. I've wasted my one shot, this life, which is like a little vapor that's there and then gone compared to the whole stretch of eternity, I guess. And I realized that I was kind of going down that path, to end up there, because you guys know, and I've said this before, is that I aspire to be successful in entertainment. That is what I love to do. I want to be able to be on the stage, be in the spotlight. I've thought about that since I was a kid. Everyone, when they're a kid or a teenager, they think about something that they would love to do. The kids think about being in the cop uniform or the fireman uniform one day. Kids think about being on the stage, like I'm saying here. Kids think about being a doctor or being a judge, or it doesn't even have to be white collar, like business owner or someone that makes a six-figure salary. It could be someone who is, interested in blue-collar work and being really successful as that. I mean, any kind of dream or aspiration and so on and so forth. You get the point. Now, with the gender dysphoria, and I more or less got depression or got depressed before I really had a big problem with gender dysphoria, and I realized that since I developed that when I was, 12 or 13 and up to now, it slowly but surely dismantled my life and my life's course. And basically, here's how that happened is it started with me giving up my aspiration, my dream, my goal to be on the stage, to be in the spotlight, to be in front of people. It started with that. And then it started by, slowly just letting everything that's important to me go. Forgetting about watching certain things or reading certain book series and so on and so forth. Keeping up relationships with certain people. Developing and growing as an individual. Those things, one by one, they slowly started to disappear. And at this point, when I realized it, here's why I finally realized it. When I tried to go back to school last semester, I totally bombed it and withdrew, and now my GPA is crap compared to when it used to be very good. I've been on the dean's list twice. I had been in the honor society. I'd made good grades. I'd done well in high school. I'd done very good with academics. And I was just totally failing, totally bombing it. At least I had no motivation or care to do any of that. So after I dropped out of school, I was working 30 to 36, 37 hours a week. And when I wasn't working, I was at home helping my parents get the house ready. So you guys know I moved into my new place now, and things are a little bit calmer than they used to be, but my whole point about all of that is that I didn't have time to breathe or think about anything, really. I went from August pretty much to just a few weeks ago, just totally with my head in the sand, not realizing what's going on because of just not having any time or energy to think about it, and combining with the fact that I suffer very strongly from depression and such, makes it really difficult to do things. That combination of events and influences in my life harmed me and kept me almost under a rock, it feels like. So once I finally got settled in here over and I realized what had happened the past few months. I realized, oh my God, my life collapsed. I've developed into nothing, is how I feel. Literally, I feel like I've been frozen in time, and that time has just sort of gone on without me, like I've been under this rock for years and I need to step out and see the sunlight, or I've been sort of in an isolated bubble for years. Like nowadays, when someone asks me, have you seen this, or have you seen that, or have you heard of this, or you heard of that, or, are you going to do this or that? But like 90% of the time, it's like, well, what is that even? I had never even heard of that. It's because the fact that the musicians I was following, the fact that I was trying to stay up to date with certain events in the world and certain things like that, I just quit at some point. I remember I used to listen to music every night before I went to sleep. I used to keep up with certain news sites and daily events. I used to keep up with certain media platforms and so on and so forth, and just one by one they just all disappeared as depression and other things consumed me. And even fencing, which was a huge thing for me for a while, that pretty much fell out. And it's been lots of other things too, just one by one, everything has collapsed. So I'm realizing that I've let my life almost deconstruct, and I think now it's time to start building a foundation again. It's time to wake up from under the rock and get updated on things again, and kind of realize what's been going on while I've been almost asleep because of just, sometimes literally because of the depression. It just sucks. And I think right now, since Lent is starting, Lent is a fantastic time to do all this. I mean, I realized my spiritual life collapsed over the 6 months too. A lot of stuff in particular collapsed over the past 6 months because of, school and not having time to think about anything else and just letting everything die. But it also made me realize, hell, I've let everything else collapse. So since like 2012 or 13, I know that I'm young and I have time to, assuming something bad doesn't happen, I have time to get things together and pull through and go forward. But you can understand how it's really stressful and it really affects me negatively, emotionally. So I would ask very much for prayers through these coming days, because I know that I have a lot of talent and I have a lot of capability with what I'm doing, and I have the motivation, I have the drive to succeed, and I have the desire to succeed. There's times when I'm lacking the energy and such, and it can be extremely difficult. So please keep me in your prayers in these coming days, because Lord knows I need them, especially now. Lent can be a difficult period with all the fasting and the asceticism and so on and so forth, and I really need that. That particularly will help me get back on track with everything, but the whole situation just really sucks. I'm wanting to get more of the equipment that I need so I can finally do what I've really been wanting to do my whole life, taking the right lessons and doing the right techniques and such. I just, I'm ready to get back to it. I'm done wasting time. All right. I hope everyone has a blessed Lent, and I hope everyone has a good evening.